Yes. Good morning all.
Diabetes. This is the 80 to 90% of the diabetes comes
according to American Diabetic Association.
My dear brothers and sisters,
you are the part of the society.
Opportunity to be here in this moment
and bringing awareness among the
first ever event for me.
arranging a wonderful day for reminding the Dr. Shahul Hamid
To listen to the talk by Dr. Shahul Hamid, so we don't want to prolong our speeches.
Coming to World Diabetic Day. World Diabetic Day was started in 1991 by International Diabetes Federation. In short form it is called IDF, and World Health Organization, in short form it is called WHO, to pass awareness or to create awareness about the diabetes in the society. This day marks the birthday of Sir Banting, Frederick Banting, who invented insulin 100 years before. The aim of the World Diabetes Day is to pass or to create awareness about the illness. World over, governmental agencies, voluntary organizations, charitable organizations, all of them are going through various activities connected with the diabetes on this day. In Allen also, Indian Social Center with Almacar Medical Center took an initiative to observe this day. And I have many people, many organizations, many eminent personalities, many well-wishers to thank on this occasion. As far as I am concerned about diabetes, I would like to go through very basics of the illness. I don't want to go into the latest drug, most modern treatment of the illness, latest insulin, such things I will not discuss here. Very basic, simple, practical aspects which is useful to the common being. That is my plan in coming few minutes. Diabetes. Any disease will have a definition. What is meant by diabetes? Simply speaking, diabetes means blood sugar level remains high. That means before food it remains 126. After food it will remain above 200. This is a simple definition of diabetes. Another thing, diabetes has another word you have to know. There is a condition called pre-diabetic situation. That means when the blood sugar level, I told you, if it is above 126, we are diabetic. If it is below 126, that means 100 to 125. If somebody is 100 to 125 fasting, that means before food is pre-diabetic. Below 100, that means 99 onwards, that means 70 to 99 is normal. So don't get confused. Make it simple. If we divide the population entirely, one group normal, that means no disease. One group pre-diabetic, the other group diabetic. This is the simple definition of diabetes. Diabetes has, scientifically speaking, diabetes has a classification. That means type 1, type 2, gestational, rare, very rare forms. Don't get confused, don't go into such details. But 80 to 90% of the diabetes comes under type 2. So we will our entire discussion will be about type 2 diabetes only today. And we saw what is meant by diabetes and what happens in diabetes. Next question. For that, we will just observe a short video for 1 second.
Broken down into its component nutrients in order to be absorbed into the bloodstream. One such nutrient is glucose, a simple sugar. Glucose gets absorbed by the stomach and intestines and then enters the bloodstream. It travels through the circulation to all body cells. Once absorbed into the bloodstream, glucose circulates, causing the blood sugar level to rise. An increased level of blood sugar sends a signal to the pancreatic beta cells, which respond by secreting the hormone insulin into the circulation. Insulin is necessary for glucose to reach and be used by several important target tissues throughout the body. These include the liver, muscle, and adipose tissue. Insulin is necessary to keep blood glucose levels stable in the body. Glucose enters the cell through a process called facilitated diffusion.
Simply, I will explain once again. When you take food will be digested in the digestive system, and glucose or sugar is formed in the digestive system. This sugar or glucose enters to the blood from the small intestine. When it enters to the blood, that will circulate to the entire body in the blood circulatory system, and that reaches to the cells of the body. When it reaches to the cells of the body, cell surface of the body, another process is going on. There is another system in the body, that is pancreas. And this is the pancreas gland. This pancreas gland, which has got many groups of cells. One group of cells is called beta cells. Beta cells produces the hormone insulin. This hormone is insulin. The hormone insulin is a must for the glucose to enter into the cell. So when diabetes occurs, three things happen. Sometimes insulin will not be produced at all. Sometimes insulin will be produced but will not be sufficient. In the last situation, insulin will be there. Insulin is produced from the cells in the gland, but it is resistant to act. That means unable to act. These are the three things happen in the insulin action. So this is diabetes. Simply speaking, we eat food, glucose is formed, glucose has to enter into the cell for the energy production. If glucose doesn't enter to the cell, means energy production is disturbed and their body is in trouble. This is the simple mechanism of diabetes. Don't get confused. Next thing, what we should know, why diabetes is so important nowadays. Why it is so much discussed. If we take medical field, it's an active subject of research. If we go to the lay press, it's an important topic of discussion. If we watch the social medias, it's a very always discussed topic. Why this is so important? Diabetes is not at all a new disease. 3,000 years before, if you go through the medical literature or history of medicine, you can see diabetes was there from 3,000 years before. Physicians on that time were aware of the situation. But last 15 years, the incidence of diabetes is very high. It is a highly fast increasing the illness nowadays. And Currently, world over, global load of diabetes is about for more than 463 million. If we check the timeline, we can see 1985, see, by 2040 it is expected about 640 million world over. 2045 WHO predicts 700, more than 700 million will be diabetic by 2045. This is the prediction. India is known as the capital of diabetes. In Kerala, need not mention, 1 in 5 is having diabetes in Kerala. Every 6 seconds, one death occurs directly due to diabetes. If we take world over, 1 in 11 is having diabetes. In India, studies shows about 60% are pre-diabetic. We mentioned just before, they are below 126, above 100 fasting level. This is pre-diabetic level. Another point we should know, pre-diabetics, if they don't take sufficient care within 5 to 10 years or 15 years, definitely they will be diabetic. This is the statistics of diabetes available so far. This is because diabetes is discussed everywhere. Diabetes is discussed always. Whenever any media, as I mentioned before, everywhere it is discussed. This is the importance of diabetes nowadays. In UAE, 19%. Kerala is 20%. UAE, 19% is the level of diabetes currently. Why this occurs? Any disease, it will have a reason. Coming to diabetes, again, it is very tricky. Suppose we are going through the COVID pandemic. Then we know why COVID occurs. We know the virus. Suppose if it's a typhoid disease, we know the reason. If it's a tuberculosis, we know the reason. If it is a leprosy, we know the reason. But coming to diabetes, type 2 diabetes, till this time, scientists are not able to point out one single cause for the diabetes. This is the most important thing about the diabetes. But at the same time, they are able to point out, they are able to give the risk factors of the diabetes. That means many points they have given about the diabetes. Now we will just go through that. Number 1, age. As the age advances, diabetes increases. But one thing we should know, nowadays even young population also have diabetes. If you go through the medical literature, we can see diabetes occurred even in 6 months. Extremely rare form, which is called neonatal diabetes. Don't get confused. For the sake of completion, I am mentioning that, that's all. Next, family aspects, hereditary aspects. In some families, diabetes we find more. Here, if one parent is diabetic, there is a 50% chance to develop diabetes for the children. If 2 parents are diabetic, 80% chance to develop diabetes in the next generation. This is the family history. Many genetic factors, so many things are there. Don't get confused there. Gender difference. Roughly speaking, male and female are equally affected. But when the young population is considered, little higher side for the males in the younger population. But generally speaking, both sexes are equally affected. Race, Asian race, American race, African race, Indian race have more chance to develop diabetes. Obesity, this is the number 1 risk factor according to the scientists. World over, about 60% of the population is overweight or obese. So obesity is supposed to be one of the big risk factors, especially apple obesity. That means this fat will be deposited around the umbilicus. We know, I will not explain, you know all these things. So this is the number one risk factor. At the same time, this is pair obesity. This is called pair obesity. That's around the buttock. This is not that much risky, but this apple obesity, the central obesity we call medically, this is high risk to develop diabetes. 80% of the diabetes type 2, we can see overweight or obesity roughly. Next, unhealthy eating habits. I did not explain. We eat a lot of carbohydrates, a lot of sugar, fatty foods, meat, oil, fast food, processed food, so many things. You know all these things. We know all these things. This is one of the risk factors about diabetes. Tobacco use, alcohol abuse, lack of physical activity. Due to technological development, we have more facilities, and economical aspects. Another point, due to economical comfort and safety, we have more facilities, more chances to get sedentary life. This is another important aspect of diabetes. Stress. All of us are going through a lot of stress. When the stress occurs, there are a lot of hormonal changes, and in turn, diabetes is developed. Another thing, hypertension. That means high blood pressure, medically called hypertension. When hypertension develops, they have high chance to develop diabetes. Equally important, cholesterol. When the cholesterol gets, there are many mechanisms are working, but they are also got high chance to develop diabetes. And some drugs, life-saving drugs, especially steroids and all, in high-dose steroids, long-term use, especially COVID and all, we have heard. When COVID occurs, we have to have life-saving situation. At that time, we have to give high-dose steroids. We may develop diabetes. And certain physiological conditions, pregnancy and all, is a risk factor for diabetes. Again, two types of diabetes here. It is generally called gestational, pre-gestational and gestational proper. Pre-gestation means one lady becomes pregnant, he is already diabetic before pregnancy. Gestation means she is not diabetic, but she develops diabetes during her pregnancy. This is the difference between pre-gestation and gestation. These are some risk factors for the diabetes. Naturally, will arise is what are the difficulties we face. Medically, we will call symptom. Medical people, when we go to the doctor, he will say symptom. But common man doesn't know what symptom is. Symptom means the trouble, the difficulty we feel when something occurs, when disease comes. Again, diabetes is a very peculiar disease. When we get COVID, again I am going after COVID. When we get COVID, we get fever, we get cough, we get running nose, we get body pain, we get headache, we lose smell, we lose taste, we may get diarrhea, we may get extreme weakness. But when we come to diabetes, 50% of the patients who have diabetes is not having any difficulty. When they come to the doctor for other illnesses, when we check, we get the diabetes. This is the difficulty of diabetes. That means, once again, I will make it clear, 50% of the people who have diabetes is not having any symptom, in general words, any difficulty they feel. When we go through the difficulties, we may pass more urine, we may feel more appetite, we may eat more, our dryness of the mouth, extreme weakness, and sometimes there's a feeling of sweet taste in the mouth. These people will have sometimes increased interest to take sweet foods sometimes, or cold foods sometimes. sometimes increased sweating sometimes numbness, general numbness of the body, also numbness of the upper limb and lower limb sometimes itching all over the body, sometimes itching in the genital area or the private parts of the body. Sometimes they will have extreme weakness, they will eat more, they will have more appetite, but their weight will be coming down, extreme weakness, and sometimes there will be blurring of vision will be affected. Sometimes there will be loss of sexual function. About 50% of the patient who is having diabetes type 2 will have definite loss of sexual function. The study shows like that. And sometimes they will have, suppose if the blood sugar goes very high, sometimes they will lose temporary, their consciousness will be lost temporarily. Sometimes they will lose full-fledged consciousness, they will lose, coma will occur, diabetic coma will occur sometimes. Sometimes these patients may present to the medical people or to the emergency with the complications of the illness that we will be discussing soon. Serious complications of the diabetes will occur sometimes, and they will be presented as a first symptom or first difficulty of the illness. These are the various difficulties we feel. Infections, sometimes there will be delay of healing the wounds. Sometimes there will be skin infection, especially fungal infections. Sometimes there will be repeated respiratory infection. Sometimes there will be repeated urinary tract infection. Like that it goes. A long list of symptoms we can see as far as the diabetes is concerned. And next thing, naturally will come to our mind. Diabetes, of course, it is okay. We know generally, suppose if a common cold occurs, there is a saying, if you treat it, 7 days. If you not treat it, 7 days. That means if you treat it or not treat it, same. So it's a joke only also. Don't avoid doctors for going common cold. Myself and Dr. Sudhagan and Dr. Jacob Thomas is here. Anyway, coming to the complications. Diabetes is, we used to say, medical people used to say, a super highway for developing various complications. That means, if you drive through a super highway, we will reach the destination fast, without any trouble on the way. Like that, within no time, diabetic people reach into their various complications. But what are the complications? Number one is heart problems. We will get many types of heart diseases. One is angina. Angina means when we strain, we get chest pain. That means there will be partial block or partial obstruction of the blood vessels. Blood vessels means, medically speaking, blood vessels, generally speaking, in general English, blood pipes. Blood pipes supplying to the heart muscle will be blocked temporarily. What is the block? What is the material? Such things are not going into detail. Just try to know when the blood pipes or blood vessels, we call, medical people call, blocked temporarily, not temporarily, partially, we will get angina when we strain. Suppose we do some hard work, we get chest. This is number one. Number two is another condition called diabetic cardiomyopathy. Don't get confused. Diabetic cardiomyopathy means diabetes affecting the muscles of the heart. That is, diabetes affects the muscles of the heart and we get a heart failure. Heart failure means heart muscles will not be able to pump properly and we may end up in death. Sometimes sudden death may occur. Most important thing happens with most important complication of the diabetes is heart attack. 70 to 80% of diabetes die of either heart attack or stroke. This is a study. Stroke I will discuss soon. And every 1 second heart attack occurs globally. This is not a session of heart attack. And another point we should know, when diabetes get heart attack, here clearly you should understand, you should concentrate here, please. When we get the heart attack, normally we may get chest pain, we may get burning pain or burning sensation of the central chest, we may get weakness, we may get breathlessness, we may get a radiation of pain to upper parts of the neck, back, upper limb, left side, especially such things we may occur we may get when we get a normal heart attack. In the case of diabetics, it's called a silent heart attack. If you take about 25-30% attacks are silent attacks. Diabetics gets almost 100%, they may get this type of silent heart attack. Patient will not get any trouble. Sometimes they will die on the spot. Sometimes if they survive, when they go to the emergency department or the medical facility, then only we will come to know that he had an attack. They may get some sort of feeling of burping or fullness of the stomach, sometimes a mild sweating, something like that. Mechanisms, I'm not going into details. This is the importance of complication of diabetes. And studies shows when a normal individual compared to a diabetic patient has got 2 to 4 times chance to get diabetes. Medical people, we people, when a patient comes, diabetic patient come to us, we consider this individual as one person who already had attack. When somebody comes with an attack, what we feel, that's the same thing we feel when a patient with diabetes comes without attack. That much risk is there for a diabetic to get heart attack. Next thing is stroke. Is a very devastating disease. I did not explain much. A diabetic patient has got 2 times chance to get stroke than a normal individual as a complication. Second thing. Third thing, kidneys. Diabetic patient has got 17 times chance to lose his kidney when compared to a normal individual. A lot of stages, a lot of classification, a lot of terms. I'm not going into details. Eyes. Diabetes is one of the leading cause of blindness world over. Again here, we may get cataract early, we may get glaucoma sometimes. Another term medically called diabetic retinopathy is another complicated situation. These are the complications connected with the eyes. And again, foot, peripheral vascular disease. Don't get confused, these are the medical terms. Peripheral vascular disease is nothing. The blood pipes supplying to the lower extremities, lower limbs or such areas. When it is disease, it is called the peripheral vascular disease. Diabetes has got about 6 times chance to get peripheral vascular disease. What will happen when a wound occurs in the legs or foot? That will not heal properly due to various reasons, and that will end up in amputation. Medically means amputation means removal of the legs. World over, every 30 seconds, one leg is amputated due to diabetes. This is the statistics nowadays. And rest of the complications, repeated infections as we mentioned during the symptoms, and the loss of sexual function and fungal infections, and like that it goes as the complication of diabetes. Treatment. Coming to the treatment, we have a general approach, going to the doctor, get a prescription, some medication, take this, consume it, getting all right. But in case of diabetes, this is not applied. Coming to diabetes, treatment is individualized, number one. If we treat 2 diabetic patients, both of them will be different aspects we will consider. We will consider different aspects and different approach to the patient. This is the treatment aspect of diabetes. And broadly, we can divide into 4. Number 1, awareness. Awareness means, as far as diabetes is concerned, awareness is the most important thing. We mentioned World Diabetic Day before. and we are going through an awareness session. And as I mentioned, every media, every publication says about the diabetes. These are the awareness. What is this? What, as we mentioned before, what is diabetes? How it occurs? What will happen? What will happen if you don't take the treatment? Such things. These are the many things we have to study about diabetes. This is awareness. Number 2. Exercise is an important aspect of diabetes treatment. We will be mentioning it soon. Another thing is diet. We will be discussing it soon. And last is the drugs. Drugs again, there are oral medications, tablets, capsules, and insulin. Again, I will wind up this part giving 2-3 hints. In general population, a lot of confusion, a lot of misunderstanding is there regarding the diabetic treatment. People will think when you are diabetic, when we are diabetic, we have to take lifelong medication, number 1. Number 2, they think if we take diabetic medication, my kidneys will be lost. Number 3, if we take diabetic medication, my sexual power will be lost. Number 4, insulin is the most dangerous drug. If we start insulin, that's the end of everything. We have to go with insulin till the end of life. Like that, so many confusions and misunderstanding, misconceptions. My colleague Dr. Jacob Thomas will explain about these aspects. These are the aspects of treatment, and generally treatment of diabetes is individualized, I told. Some patients, when they come to us, we may give medication of, along with medication of diabetes, we may give medications for hypertension or blood pressure or cholesterol. Patient will get a doubt. Why this doctor gives me cholesterol medicine? I got only diabetes. What is this? I got hypertension medication from this doctor. When I went to that doctor with diabetes, what is this? What these people are doing? They are simply supporting the pharmaceutical firm. So many doubts are arising. This point also, Dr. Jacob Thomas will explain. Anyway, these are the few points regarding the diabetic treatment. I think you may be getting bored. This is not a entertainment session, I know. This is not a dance event. This is not a cultural event. This is not a musical event. Please bear with me for few more minutes. I will wind up with a few more minutes. Within few minutes. At last, prevention. Again, when a disease is concerned, world over there is a concept generally. World over, our governmental side and other general population side also, there is a tendency to build higher tertiary level hospitals and making arrangements to give treatment. Ideally speaking, we should know to treat an illness after developing it or after getting it is not a big thing. The ideal thing, the right thing, the best thing is to treat, is to prevent the illness before it occurs. That means to get more awareness and more information, more knowledge about the illness, and take all the steps and try to prevent the illness. This is the noble approach, proper approach, right approach. Unfortunately, this is not practiced world over. And coming to diabetes, prevention of diabetes is most important thing. Why? Diabetes is a disease with no radical cure. That we should understand. Once we are diabetic throughout the life. Just like treating COVID, we are not free of the illness. But what treatment we are giving? Again, general population may get the doubt. Treatment we are giving, insulin we are giving, sometimes bariatric surgery we are doing, but with that you can survive, that's all. Still you are diabetic. This is the importance of diabetes. So we have to study about diabetes, take all the possible steps to prevent diabetes. What are the steps we can take to prevent diabetes? Number one, as I told before, awareness. Get awareness about the illness. Number two, screening. Get screened just with the blood sugar test. As I mentioned before, whether it is 126, 200, 70, 100, 99, we mentioned some numbers. Please do a screening. Number three, eat healthy food. Very important. Eat healthy food means, just imagine, take a plate, consider a plate. Ideally, I'm saying ideal plate means, ideal healthy plate means this is a plate. Divide into two. One half you can fill with fruits and vegetables fully. This half. And this half again you can divide. Here you can add some proteins, either egg white, fish, pulses, like that. And this part is the rice and carbohydrates. Rice, oats, whatever you like, chapati, whatever you like, that's all. And this is healthy, but that means divide into two, one part with vegetables and fruits, and this is the protein area, this is the carbohydrates area. This is the, and you can add a little bit of yogurt along with this, no problem. This is the healthy plate. Next, coming to the weight management. Weight management, I mentioned upper obesity, pair obesity, everything. There are 2-3 criteria. One is BMI. BMI means is a ratio between height and weight. Ideal BMI is below 25. For a diabetic, better to keep, if possible, around 23 is much better. Don't go into details. This is the one criteria. Second criteria, measure the abdomen around the umbilicus. For the male, it is 90 centimeter. Female, it is 80 centimeter. Second criteria. Third criteria, waist hip ratio. That is for the males, it is below 9. Female, 0.9. Females, it is 0.8. Another simple thing is chest circumference you measure, umbilical area circumference you measure, and keep the umbilical area circumference less than the chest circumference if possible. This is another criteria. See, don't get confused. Simply speaking, how many of you know your weight first? Please raise your hands. Your weight. My weight is 60, my weight is 65. Almost 100%. Okay. How many of you know your weight is correct according to we people, medical people? Medical people means scientifically, medically, my weight is okay. How many? See, not even 10%. This is one aspect. Again, I would like to wind up here, conclude here. Simple method you may be knowing. Take your height in centimeter. Suppose if it is 170 minus 100, that means you will get 70. So a person who is having 170 centimeters, ideal weight is 70 kilo. If one person is 160 minus 100, his weight is 60 kilos. Very simple. You can practice it. Okay? Thank you. And next aspect, maintaining fitness and practicing exercise. It's a big topic. Everybody is bored. So I have no time to discuss much thing. But few points I will highlight. Exercise is an important aspect as well as the treatment as well as prevention of the diabetes. At least 30 to 45 minutes per day. Walking is the best exercise. Brisk walking is excellent. It is the best exercise for all ages. Again, my question, how many of you do regular exercise for 30 minutes per day? How many of you do? Please. Thank you. not even 20% among our audience. So 30 to 45 minutes daily. It can be walking, it can be brisk walking, it can be running, jogging, it can be dancing, it can be cycling, it can be swimming, it can be any games, football, volleyball, shuttle, tennis, whatever you like, doesn't matter. This is ideal time for the exercise is preferably morning, if not possible any time. You can split into 2-3 parts, no problem. If you want to do 45 minutes exercise, 15 minutes, doesn't matter. You can do any time you can do. Don't do the exercise immediately after taking food. Just 2 hours after the food. And another point you should know, if somebody is not doing any exercise for many years, or he is above 35 or 30, please have a medical checkup before starting your exercise from your doctor to know the fitness of your heart to tolerate exercise. Very important. We are hearing so many bad news nowadays due to high velocity exercise. We had this bad news, sad news recently, and these are a few aspects of exercise. See, exercise and fitness. Can you imagine his age? Megastar is very much discussed about his fitness, exercise, everything. Anyway, it's just I put this, that's all. And smoking you have to avoid, alcohol you have to, habits you have to stop. And stress control. This is not the topic of today's discussion. Anyway, you have to find some time to study about the stress, to take some steps to control this stress. Without stress, nobody can live. That's a fact. How to live with the stress? That's the question. So you can get advice from psychiatric people, psychology people, or your own self. Gathering knowledge regarding the stress, so many things, you can involve in it, as exercise, social activities, charitable activities, involving in various, works, to get involved always, to know about the stress, so many things, medical help sometimes, music, gardening, many things about the stress control. This is a topic of, not the topic of the present discussion, just I mentioned the importance of stress in the diabetes, that's all. And associated illnesses, hypertension, as we mentioned, hypertension should be treated, cholesterol should be treated, and you should have a proper sleep, that's very important. At least 7 to 8 hours or 6 to 7 hours sleep is recommended by the scientists to prevent the diabetes, they are telling. Anyway, there are so many practical aspects, practical difficulties to maintain 7 hours sleep among us. Anyway, that is also reminding. Another point, last point, there are some medications is given by the strictly given by the medical people to prevent the diabetes. The treatment aspect is not is the point of discussion right now. And finally, take home message. I'm going to wind up the session, my session. Take home message. Number 1, approach diabetes seriously. Please, approach diabetes seriously. Number 1. Number 2, please remember 2 numbers, 126 and 200. 126 before food, 200 after food. If above 126, you are diabetic before food. Above 200, you are diabetic after food. Remember 2 numbers. Number 3, take an immediate step to screen yourself. Do a blood sugar tomorrow itself. Anyway, what I am telling, diabetes, you have to be very serious about it. Please try to have a in an serious approach towards diabetes. That's all. And I'm thanking you for patiently attending this session. Even though this is not at all entertainment session, this is all also pretty hot. You found time to reach very early in the morning. You had a PCR and followed all the rules and regulations, attended to the function, and the function went very well. Thank you very much.